What's up, guys? It is Labor Day. There's freaking madness at the mountains today. So I'm trying to get out into the trails as quickly as I can and get away from the craziness. And the thing that I wanted to talk about today, I'll just spoiler it right now, is what I think the best way is to advance your skills on a bike, on a dirt bike specifically off-road, because that's kind of what I do. And I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think it's training versus riding, and it's a separation of mindset. And these last couple of years I've been focusing a lot on my riding, and I wanted to make a video because I've been talking to a lot of people about this recently, about what I think is the most important thing about advancing as a rider, specifically as an off-road rider. I'm just going to my hill climb spots here. And I think it's all really boils down to the mindset of training versus riding. And I will kind of explain what I mean by that. I think I had a couple moments in my life where I started riding really serious about 8 years ago. And aside from really kind of in the beginning when you're first starting and you go from a complete goon, which I was really bad as a beginner. I have no natural ability for this whatsoever, to kind of a semi-competent trail rider. And then the last couple of years I've been really focusing on riding fitness, all that kind of stuff. And it's made me go from a mid-pack C rider to a top of B, podium local races anyways, B rider, and competent B hard enduro rider. So I think the main, and I've been kind of talking to a bunch of people about this, and a lot of pros, what they don't do is they don't trail ride, and when they ride they always have a purpose. And I think, I've been kind of saying, I thought trail riding is a waste of time if you're trying to build your skills and all that kind of stuff. My bike's still cold, just letting it warm up here. And I think that's really unfair to trail riding, because trail riding has a purpose. So I think that what's really more critical is to separate trail riding or riding in general completely from training, because they're very different mindsets. If you're riding for fun versus you're riding to advance your skills. So I think that is the realization that I came to, that when I come out to this place, for example, I'm not really I do enjoy riding still, because this is still fun, but my main goal here is not to cover distance, not to just, when you tell somebody like, hey, I'm going riding, well, they imagine you doing is, yeah, you ride around, look at look a bunch of mud holes, feel the wind in your face and all that stuff. That's not what we're doing here. I come out here to train, to practice things that I'm bad at, and I think just having that mindset shift is been really important. And if you want to advance your skills at whatever level you're at, I think having that change of mindset is the critical bit, so that you're not just out here riding around with no point, but you're actually training, and you're going out here for a specific thing to work on specific things that you're bad at. And I think that's, if you listen to any of the pro interviews, if you talk to people that are really good, and if you watch what they do when they ride, they do drills, they do the same thing over and over and over again until they get it perfect. They work on their weaknesses, because it's pretty easy, and I've done this a million times, to come out here and do drills of things that are kind of fun. Like you go figure eights, you do circles, you do wheelies, but like, that's not what I need to be working on. I need to be working on hills, because that's what I suck at, and that's where my biggest gains will come when it comes to races. So again, guys, not a huge long video, just you know, just wanted to talk real quick about this really important, I think, mindset thing of separating your training versus your riding, because I think it's, once you kind of separate those things in your mind, you will go into your rides with a different expectation and different idea of what you want to get out of them. And I think, at least for me, like I'm able to get a lot more out of my riding, because realistically, you know, if you're watching this, you're probably not a pro, just like me. You got a job, you only get to ride so much in your weeks and months and whatnot. So you need to make the best use of that time, whether that is going out and having a fun ride with friends, or going out and building your skills. And you know, obviously the fun ride with friends is fun, but if you're going out and building your skills, then you got to make it count. And so I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna try to go over that log and see if I get stuck on it on my way out to the hill climbs. Did not get stuck, but there's a bunch of branches. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I think this is a pretty cool topic. Let me know what you do to train, what you do to practice, what you do to grow your skills. Maybe you have a different theory on this whole thing. I just put a EN90. This is the end of the video, by the way. Now we go into rambling and just random thoughts. Put a new EN91 EX on the back of this bike. Not a new, a used one. Flipped it. It's actually backwards, but it actually has a moose that fits it well. So despite the fact that it's blown out, I feel like I'm getting better traction on it, and just generally a lot more confidence than I did with the E50 that I rode here on a couple days ago, basically, in similar conditions. Yeah, this setup works way better. I'll try it on some hill climbs, see how it does. Go to my test hill, see how she does. Yeah, it's just more predictable. Like,